Uh-oh. That's okay. That's all right. Oh, no, that's not okay.
Hello and welcome to the Couch Sim. I am auxcbl. With me is prevch.
Hello. We are going to be playing some Hearthstone today. Auxcbl is going to be driving. Auxcbl, what are we going to be doing today?
And we're going to start off today with the second tier of matches, which is the opera level.
While you load up and choose a deck, let's talk a little bit about the Couch Sim, what it is. So the Couch Sim basically is a show that's supposed to replicate hanging out with your buddies playing video games. With that in mind, basically we're going to be hanging out and shooting the shit, and we want you guys to shoot the shit with us, so like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Before we start talking about auxcbl's game here, I want to encourage you guys to visit our sponsor, which is cdkeys.com. We will have a link in the video. They are awesome. And I would not say to go to a sponsor that I don't use myself. I have used cdkeys.com several times. I've bought some Steam games off of there. I have purchased Xbox Live subscriptions off of there. You get an awesome deal, and the service is fast, and so far it's been super awesome. So, with all the business stuff out of the way, what are we looking at? Who's your opponent?
We are looking at Julianne, who was kind enough to bring her stage boyfriend into the fight.
Okay, well, since this match is pretty much over, you're gonna kind of be fucked. I want to talk a little bit about some gaming news stuff. So, have you seen the information from Microsoft as far as releasing 2 new Xboxes? I mean,
Yes.
One being the Xbox One S, and the other one being Xbox One Scorpio. So I'm going to go over some of the stats here. Xbox One was originally, its original form, was released November 22nd, 2013. There was 2 versions of it, if you remember. There was a $499 version of it that came with Kinect. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You got Lethal. It's over. You got Lethal.
O ye of little faith, sir.
Wow. Wow. Unbelievable. Just finish it.
I'm having fun.
I
Continue your
see.
conversation.
I'm going to continue the conversation. So there was 2 versions of it. There was a $499 version of it with Kinect and a $399 version without. Fast forward to August 2nd, 2016. You have the Xbox One S. It is $299 to $399. That is 40% smaller. It has no external power brick. It supports 4K. And it has an upgraded CPU and GPU components that do improve performance in some games. So then there's the Xbox One Scorpio. It is supposed to come out next year, 2017. This one's kind of interesting because it is a significantly beefed up CPU and GPU hardware. According to these specs, it is 4-fold performance increase, so 4 times as powerful as the original Xbox One. It supports 4K, it supports VR. Xbox has said that there will be no exclusive titles, although there are rumors of otherwise. Wow, you are handling the big bad wolf. And what it feels like to me is that they're going the route of PC gaming, where it's like we have this piece of hardware and we just continually upgrade it to meet new technology standards. I'm presuming, I'm getting the sense, and this is purely conjecture on my part, I'm getting the sense that either this cycle or maybe next cycle of consoles is going to be it for hardware consoles. Again, as a gamer, I have mixed feelings about. On one side, I feel, or on one hand, I feel like, yeah, that's cool and everything, and it's fun to have this new stuff. But on the other hand, it's sort of like, I kind of liked it back in the day when I bought, the original old school Nintendo, and that's what it was. In any event, I'm curious what you guys think. I'm curious what our audience thinks on this Xbox thing. Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Are you going to buy an Xbox One S? So speaking of console upgrades, or no, I don't mean that. Speaking of PC upgrades, NVIDIA recently released their GTX 1000 cards. I'm going to touch on the EVGA GTX 1060 SC. This is an impressive card. So the 1060 SC is better than both the GTX 970 and 980 for 1080p gaming. It's 23% faster than the GTX 970. It's 17% cooler, 28% smaller.
He's arrived too.
It's 120 watts, 1,280 CUDA cores, approximately 1,500 megahertz clock, 1,700 boost clock, over 6 gigs of DDR5 RAM, which is just ridiculous. 192-bit. It's VR ready. It has a max res of, get this, 7680 by 4320. I don't even know what screen could do that. And it's crazy. The price is $250 to $300 for GTX 1060s approximately. Now, if you compare that to last gen's GTX 970, the average going price is about $270 to $320. If you look at the GTX 980, approximately it's $365 and up. Now, just for a little comparison, Witcher 3 with a GTX 980 averaged about 65 frames per second. Now, this is a GTX 980, so that was a high-end card in the 900 series. The GTX 1060, which is sort of more of a mid-range card in the 1000 series, ran 3 frames per second faster, which was 68 frames per second. So, I mean, I just had to mention this because I just can't believe the performance increase, the energy savings, the cooler temps for such a huge performance increase, and given that, I don't know how a console is going to be able to keep up with that. For those of you who are interested in the GTX cards or that have a GTX 1000 card, let me know what you think about it, because I'd be interested. I'm looking at possibly doing an upgrade here. So it's like a real bitch slap right here. It's too bad you can't take her red shoes off and like shove the spikes through her head or something.
We're off to free the wizard.
That would be one way to go. prevch has some issues.
I'm constantly coming up with death moves, particularly in Gears of War 3.
Yes, very, very macabre.
Like, for instance, I thought the boom shot execution should be you shoving the boom shot up someone's ass and firing.
Which is just me.
You go ahead and play, because I'm about to lose my shit on Donald Trump. Here's the argument. For the people who like Donald Trump, they say, well, he's the super successful businessman. He has incredible business acumen. The biggest success that Donald Trump ever had was falling out of a rich vagina, because he inherited a shit ton of wealth. And basically, by all rights, he would have more money today if he would have just put all of his wealth into a mutual fund that followed a stock index and just left it there. As far as this race is concerned, no one is less qualified than Donald Trump to be president. So David K. Johnson wrote a book called The Making of Donald Trump. I was listening to him on the radio, and he was talking about all this. He's been following Donald Trump for like 30 years, researching and reporting on him. And it is, if you hated him before, you're going to be fucking flabbergasted after you hear the shit that this guy has to say. No political candidate for any office should behave the way that he has.
I apologize to the audience if there was any sort of abrupt cut at this point. We did have to take a small break so that prevch did not have a brain aneurysm. So we are now back. prevch has been medically cleared to continue.
I had to stop and take Valium and get a massage and masturbate just to calm myself down.
We're going to play a game while we're playing
Just in time.
Because
Your soul.
That's very trippy. So the game's called Who Would You Rather Fuck? Now, if you're straight, the answer is probably pretty clear. But to make the game more interesting, we have come up with various scenarios, various inappropriate scenarios. So who would you rather fuck, auxcbl, Ella or Grease?
Ella.
Okay, that's question 1.
So
Not so bad so far, right? Okay, so question 2. Who would you rather fuck? Ella or Grease? But, there's a but, but Ella has a penis and Grease has a vagina.
I mean, it's weird, but I think I gotta go with my preferred genitalia and say vagina at that point.
You know what? I'm gonna say the opposite. I would go with Ella with the penis.
Okay.
She's very attractive.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Don't judge me, motherfucker. It's a game, okay?
I mean, I'm judging you a little.
Well, likewise, I'm sure. Okay, so question number 3. Who would you rather fuck, Ella or Grease? But Ella has AIDS, and you can't wear a condom. Now, the obvious response might be, well, I do neither. But that's not a potential response. You are, someone's holding a gun to your head, and you have to fuck one of these people.
Right. I kind of took that in the last question, like, because let's be honest, after we moved past the first question,
The ritual must be
this
completed.
really was getting into the realm of I don't wanna.
Well, I mean, okay, first off, I would just like to say speak for yourself. Now, I should clarify that Ella is back to her original genitalia at this point, so she does have a vagina.
Okay.
She just happens to have a vagina that's infected with AIDS.
I hate this game. By the way, we keep calling him Grease. He has a name. I just didn't bother to learn it a lot. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna say Ella because I feel like, yeah, you'll die, but it might be worth it.
Yeah. I'm with you. I would choose Ella too. The AIDS treatments have come a long way.
So if I'm having sex with Ella, I am definitely receiving. And
Yes.
if I'm having sex with Greased Up Guy, I get to choose if I want to pitch.
Correct.
I'm still going with Ella. Like, she's pretty attractive.
Yeah.
And I think that means I'll put up with a lot.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going Ella too on this one.
By the way, I would like to say that this is what I put up with. prevch came up with these. No help from me. Just he had them locked, loaded, and ready to go.
Yeah. Sure.
And this is where we are now.
I mean, I can't deny any of this. Okay, so Ella or Grease, but they are both post-op trannies. And meaning that at this point, Ella is still thinly built, but she looks like a man. She perhaps has facial hair. She's a post-op tranny, whereas Grease is trying to look like a woman. She's a post-op tranny. So they're both post-op trannies. Ella or Grease.
See, the problem is we don't have a picture of.
You
either
have to
one of
just
these
picture it
hypothetical
in your.
men.
I mean, okay, so when we add stuff into the video, we'll give Grease a wig, and we'll give Ella a beard.
Yeah, and for those of you, I feel like you should also know he can say that. He doesn't edit the video. I edit the video.
That is also true.
I guess I'll go with the current woman, which I guess is greased up guy that's not really greased up guy.
Yeah, so I'm going with Grease on this one for sure. I have seen some post-op trannies that are very convincing. No judgments. Just to be clear, I want to make sure that everyone listening to the show knows that we are not judging anybody in any way, shape, or form. We just happen to be two heterosexual guys, but if you have a different orientation, I would love to hear your opinions. So feel free to put them in the comments below.
That will do it for this episode of The Couch Sim. Please feel free to discuss any of the topics we covered in the show in the comments section below. Leave a like if you liked the video, and of course subscribe for more content like this on The Couch Sim. See you next time.